How many sets should you do not just to grow, but grow as fast as possible? Some recommend 10 sets, some recommend 20 sets, and some recommend even more than that. But what should you do? There's research out there that actually wants to answer how much sets to grow a muscle as fast as possible. So not just research that looked at how many sets you should do to grow a muscle, but how many sets should you do to grow a muscle as fast as possible. Yes, I know, scientists want to get jacked too. Just like us meatheads. So let's answer it in this video. What's up guys, Ferdinand here from onephysique.com, and today we are talking about training volume yet again. How many sets? 10 sets, maybe 20, some do more, some do less. It can be so confusing, but in this video I'm gonna cover a new study. And to be honest, I do not really follow a lot of training studies, and I will tell you why. For me, it's pretty simple. Train hard, recover, eat well, and the gains will come. Of course, genetics also play a big role. But do you want to squeeze out that last bit of gains, You want to do everything optimal? Well, then we can discuss how many sets per muscle group per week would be optimal. You have guys like Greg Doucette that recommend around 13 sets per muscle group per week, maybe 10 or something like that. I honestly, it was pretty long time ago, I also talked about 45 sets in a week. Some people even saw greater results with that. I'll put the video over here. Greg Doucette even responded on the video, he commented on it, said it is too much, blah blah blah. But if I look at guys like Jesse James West, he always says he does a lot of sets. He can handle a lot of training volume. And this is the difference. Some people can handle a lot of volume and some people can't. But sometimes if I walk up into the gym and I talk with people, they say they do around maybe 20 sets per workout per muscle group, or even more, like 10 exercises for your chest. It's like, and with these people you can just see they are not training right. They're not training hard enough and their form is shit. For me, it's pretty simple. Get your technique down so well that when you're performing the exercise, that after 3 sets, your muscles are tanked. There's one study and they researched it with a goal. How to grow a muscle as fast as possible. And this is what a new systematic review and meta-analysis of the scientific literature sought to answer. Pretty interesting, right? I think if we all know how to grow a muscle as fast as possible, why would we not do it, right? So the researchers had their conclusions by looking at older literature that, like I always said, it was like 10 sets per muscle group per week would be beneficial for optimal muscle growth. But most of these studies were looking at people who were not training for that were not that advanced. So they also looked at research with trained individuals that trained to failure or close to it. So for example, the researchers found that for the biceps and quad triceps muscles, there were no significant benefits above 12 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. Also, the guideline that I recommend to most of my clients. So for the triceps, it was very interesting. 20 plus sets resulted in significantly greater growth on average. And it is possible that the triceps do respond differently because with compound exercises like bench press, you're using a lot of your triceps, or the dumbbell press, or the shoulder press, name it. The only downside is that it doesn't really train the long head of the tricep that well. That's why I honestly focus a lot on the long head of my triceps. So by doing more overhead exercises like this to make the muscle look as big as possible. So pretty interesting research. It showed that the biceps and your quads, for example, do not really respond well to 20 plus sets, but your triceps do. So this is something I see with myself. For example, my back muscles, they can handle a lot of volume. My chest, not so much. After 9 sets or 6 sets in a workout, I am tanked, bro, like for real, but I push it hard. So what can you take away from this research? Well, to be honest, I would not say that everyone, their triceps will respond better to 20 plus sets. I think, and this is also the point of the entire video, is that you have to look at how tanked certain muscles are after your workout. let's just say you're training chest and your chest isn't that tanked and you have the feeling you can do a lot more, well, try a lot more. Do more sets. I mean, like, it doesn't have to be 10 sets in a week necessarily. There are a lot of factors that you need to look at. If you're eating in a deficit, most often you can handle less volume. And you should do less volume than you would do than if you would bulk. So there are a lot of personal trainers out there, online coaches that are science-based, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can look at the science, but if you only look at the science, you would recommend maybe 10 sets for all of your clients. While some can handle more. So you should always auto-regulate your strength training program. So let's just say if I start at 10 and I notice, hey, my chest can handle a lot more, well, do a lot more. Just make sure you're not overtraining. So that's why I do not always want to look at like the training literature. It's like, at the end of the day, it's all about having good technique and have a good feel for, am I recovering or not? So if you slept shit one day, it would maybe be better to not do a lot of volume that day. At the end of the day, it's all about recovery. If you're not recovering, what is the whole point of breaking down your muscles and doing a lot of sets? At the end of the day, it's all about the recovery. Sorry for the lack of uploads recently. I have been really busy with my businesses and I also really want to share what it is. I think you guys will like it. I don't know, this is not really a business advice channel or something, but I would love to share it with you guys. So if you want me to, let me know in the comments down below. I think you guys will love the entire thing I am doing, idea, business plan. So we'll be uploading soon again because I am doing a lot of research for future videos. So if you like the video, like it, subscribe, and for coaching, hit the link down below. You can schedule a free call with me to see if the coaching is something for you. Love all of you guys and see you next time.